Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Imaginary Podcast, episode 5. Episode 5. Well,
Cinco.
4 with 1 in the nether, but yes, episode 5. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a great week, and thank you for joining us. We're really excited I need to probably mute those alerts. We're excited to be back with another podcast. A little recap from last week. We took a little departure from the Talking Cryptids and went and did a
something completely
stupid.
Off the wall.
Oh yes, off the wall. We did what Summer said. What was it? November favorites?
Yes.
Yeah, we did a favorite segment. Why did we do that again? What was the point of that?
I just enjoy watching them on YouTube, so I wanted to make one. And
you wanted to throw it into the hard work that we've done. You wanted to you wanted to, like, you were driving a car 90 miles an hour, right? We had just got up to speed. 30, 60, 90, and then you were like, oh my God, we missed the gas station back there. Let's go back and get a Snickers.
Well, that was the whole point of calling this the Imaginary Podcast, was to not paint ourselves into a corner and be able to do videos about whatever we want to do it about.
I'm not gonna lie, I love that. I mean, I like the fact that, like I said, for me, being a content creator for a long time, I like the kind of the free reign. I've been talking about this like separately outside of the podcast. For me, I'm excited that like I don't know, I feel like I'm not stuck having to have a beard, not stuck having to play a game, not stuck not being able to talk about my beliefs or like kind of what my thoughts are, right or wrong. And we've talked about it on this podcast before.
We can metaphorically shave our beard, and it's okay.
Yes. But by the way, I can do that now. I'm excited about that. But yeah, that is one thing I like about the podcast. I mean, it was kind of neat to kind of get a departure. I don't know about the favorites thing. I was still kind of confused as to what you exactly are doing on there.
And did you ever watch any of the videos that I sent you?
I am that
really would have cleared things up.
Okay, but I'm a very busy person, so I got a lot going on.
You could have watched it when you're in the bathroom for an hour pooping.
Okay, first off, I don't poop for an hour, and
you stay in there for an hour.
I'll have you know that Thursday that we did the podcast, the very next day, I was winning a champion float.
Oh, I knew you were gonna work that. I knew you were gonna work that in here.
Christmas parade. You're lucky I didn't bring the trophy home.
I am indignant.
I don't even know what that means. What does indignant mean?
Super effing angry that the old ladies did not get it.
Okay. I would just like to point out.
They had it in the back. And
okay.
The dog with the shirt, it was like a golden retriever.
Cow. I had literally 2 cows.
Wearing a shirt, cutest thing ever. People probably don't have any idea what we're talking about.
I just want to say there's no contact. You literally built up you went into old people and dogs and shirts.
Okay, so our town has a Christmas parade every year. They said like what year it was this year, and it surprised me because it was like a lot.
There's a guy that was there at the safety meeting. It's his first year not on the board. Apparently, he's been on the board for the last 60-something parades. He's done every parade up until now.
60-something Christmas parades or just parades in general?
60-something Christmas parades. It's been around like super.
That's even longer than I thought.
Super long time. Yeah.
So they do it every year, first week.
Maybe it was 40.
December.
Something like that. 60-40 is like literally the same thing. I'm going to be 40 next year, so it's like, really. Okay. Anyways, go ahead, finish.
So we have a Christmas parade every single year. We've been in it like for different things a few times. Like I've done it with Ava for dance. When I was in high school here, I would march in it with the marching band every year.
Nerd.
Shut up. And then this year, because Joe is working at Chick-fil-A, and this is our first chance to be in the parade, they made a float. Yeah, so we made a float. I'm the marketing director for Chick-fil-A. So it was a really big deal to do the parade. We live in a weird town because it's like Mayberry.
No, God, no. Mayberry's
wholesome. Except for
wholesome.
The people aren't as nice.
Yeah, Mayberry's wholesome. Mayberry's like a small town. Where we live, it's like they want to be a small town, but they're not a small town. But we're also not a big town either. Like it's really kind of confusing. But that being said, they like to try to keep this small town mentality. So things like the parade, for the Christmas parade, are important. It's important to be a part of that. The community sees that. The community, from a marketing standpoint, you just got to be a part of it. But so it was our first year. Our float looked like it was put together that day, and it was. We spent the entire day kind of working on it. Not the best float, but we brought the energy and enthusiasm. We were in it. We were the very first float of the parade, which was nerve-wracking. And, okay, there's Charlie's bark.
But there was floats in front of you.
No, so there's two floats in front of us. It's like I think it was like the Strawberry Girls or something like that. It's like there's like only two floats.
You weren't the first.
We're the first of like the actual floats that have to enter. Like those floats don't enter. They're already in it. They're like 100% in it. There's the government ones, and those floats aren't numbered. They're lettered floats. So it's like A through F.
Yeah.
Which has like, has like all like the mayor and all that kind of stuff, and then it has like there's two that look like floats. I don't even know what was on it. Like I said,
umpteen million police officers.
Yes, a lot of police officers.
Like 30 minutes of police officers. Even the kids who love police officers were like, "When's the parade start?"
I remember thinking last time I was at the parade watching it, the same thing, that I was like, "Wow, this is a lot of police officers."
It was a little much.
But we were the first like official float that was entered, and anyways, we had a great time. I'm gonna be honest with you, I was really tired afterwards because this was like the next day after the podcast, and it was a full day of work. I've worked a tremendous amount this week, and then I get a message the next day after the parade from a customer, and it was like, "Hey, we're so glad you guys were a part of the parade and part of the town, blah blah blah. Thank you." I was like, "Oh, thank you," and they're like, "Oh, and congratulations for winning." And we're like, "What?" So like I had to like go find it. Apparently we won best overall float. We won like the entire thing, which is nutty because let's just say that
threw it together in one day.
Yeah. But the enthusiasm, like I mean everybody's gonna have varying opinions, but
you know what it was?
People just like the energy of the crowd from like, something like that.
They said that the noise of the crowd was a gauge in their award process.
Yes.
All those kids wanted the cows you were handing out. They were screaming for the cows because that's like one of the coolest things they had.
Well,
other than the Jingle Bell bracelets.
Well, the funny thing is, you say it's one of the coolest things we had. I had a guy earlier in the parade route say if we didn't have candy, move along. Guy literally told me, he goes, "You know that candy?" He goes, "Get your float moving." I was like, "Oh, okay." I was just giving him waves, but no cow for him. So,
no,
anyways.
I would have pelted him with one.
So, MD Story in the chat, who was at the parade and helped out, said our float was the bomb, or more like a bomb went off. That was probably the best description of it. But I will tell you, blood, sweat, and sunburn went into making that float.
And there was a float for the local, like, assisted living, and they had this van, and they had, like, 4 or 6 old ladies in there, like, residents of the home, and they were, like, waving people, and they were so cute and sweet. They should have won.
Okay,
and they looked so happy. You didn't see them at all?
No, I didn't have the luxury of watching the parade. I was in it walking.
They were so hyped to be there. It was really cute.
Not only was I walking, I was having to coordinate everything, like the giveaways, what was going out, where things were going, making sure the car was paced at the right pace. Like I was having to do all that. Meanwhile, you're breaking down in our car.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just I'm trying to get the cows dressed. We're doing this behind churches. I had to poop in church's chicken.
I bet you their bathroom isn't that bad.
Oh my God. What? Their bathroom? I do not know how I don't have like some type of disease now. But I'm going to tell you, there was no way I was going to make the parade route. No way. I made Matt walk me to it. All right. By the way, this is completely not on topic with this week's topic.
The parade?
Yeah, like what we're talking about right now.
That's okay.
Okay. Well, for anybody at podcast that's here to hear the Talking Cryptids,
shoot the shit for a little.
I apologize that we just went off on a tangent there. So,
but Joe had to work his first place trophy.
I just wanted
into the conversation.
Point out that we got best overall. Are you not proud of me though?
Yes, I'm proud that you guys got it.
You're not proud of me.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, it was a lot of work. I waited all year for this parade to come with no intentions of winning it, by the way. So it was more of just, hey, we're in the parade. Like, as my job, that was like an important thing to do. And we did it, but then we won it, which was nuts.
Definitely put a lot of work into it. So, well earned.
Okay.
For sure.
All right. So you told me right before we went live that we were talking about a cryptid. And this is a cryptid that it's interesting. I have heard of it. Pretty sure I may have seen a movie or a show.
The Mothman prophecies?
Vaguely. And it's in a video game that I love.
Really?
Yes. What's interesting, though, is I know zero about this. So tonight will be definitely a fact-finding mission or learning thing for me because I don't know that much about. Is it the Mothman or Mothman? Or Mothman?
I think it can be both. And then there was a couple other names for it too, like the black. Let's see, what was it called?
Black Mamba?
No, the Blackbird of Chernobyl.
What the what? Blackbird of Chernobyl, like the place where the thing fell apart, melted down?
Yes, and there's 2 different instances of that happening.
Oh, God.
And the Mothman showing up before this happened.
Look, for those of you that listen to the podcast, you can't see my face. Like, you start to, like, I look over at you and you get this little glimmer of hope that this is real. And then you look at me and I'm trying to be open-minded. I'm the skeptic, but I'm trying to be an open-minded skeptic. But I immediately just start shutting down. You're like, oh, there was this glowing substance, So okay, I'm just saying. All right,
you don't keep an open mind. You like to pick on me.
I do like to pick on you. That's my job. So okay, let's start off with this. Tell me about the Mothman.
Okay, so the Mothman is like a cryptid, obviously. Most people that have seen it say it's around 6 to 8 feet tall with a 10-foot wingspan.
Okay, so they say that it's 6 to 10 feet tall with a 10-foot wingspan?
Yes.
Jesus. Okay, is it a man or does it look like a moth?
Well, the earlier sightings, the people said it looked like a man with wings or a man in a coat, and then it would like pull its wings out, and a lot of the things say it flew like straight up.
Okay.
So flies, obviously. Red eyes.
Okay.
All of the accounts say that it has red eyes. Most of the accounts are at night. Okay. Seen at night.
Of course. Moths are at night.
By bodies of water. Let me see if I'm missing anything.
Oh, I have a fun fact about a moth. You want to hear it?
I don't know. I'm scared of moths.
Can I tell you what happened? Yeah. So we're working the other night at the amphitheater. We go to put the tent down.
Oh, is it a giant moth?
On top of the tent is a moth this big.
I would scream bloody murder.
Okay. So we're shaking it to try to get it off.
Oh, hell no, because then it flies on you.
No. This one didn't. Ugh. It literally fell off onto the ground. Well, the concert let out, and everybody started walking, and I got scared that it was going to get stepped on. I didn't want.
Why do you care?
I don't know, but for something in my maybe because of the Mothman.
I'm rubbing off on you.
So I literally put a chair over. I literally put a chair over it so that nothing could step on it. And then Matt gave me a paper, and I scooped it up. Oh, to be honest with you, it clung onto the paper and then it turned towards me. And I knew it was gonna take off and like fly at me. I was gonna scream.
I knew you screamed like a woman.
No, this thing is huge. Okay, like I'm talking this big. I pick it up and I move real slowly and I take it and I put it between the trash cans. It lived. I saved the moth.
Congratulations. Good job.
No, but like, it's weird. We're talking about Mothman prophecies, and then I had this ginormous moth. It had red eyes.
Did it really?
Yeah, and then it flew up.
Like a helicopter?
Yes.
Holy shit.
So you sure it was 10 foot tall, not 7 inches? Because I feel like...
You probably felt like it was in that moment. That
I'm not going to lie. That thing was That thing was ginormous. You're laughing about it, but that thing was huge. All right, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt. Keep going.
No, you're good. So it has like a high-pitched squeak, like ah! And
okay, I'm sorry.
It's really loud.
I'm sorry. Rewind. Do that again. Say that part again. I missed it.
Ah!
Wait, Kate, what is that though? That's the sound that it makes. You just made the dog. You're making Charlie bark.
The Mothman. That's how people say it sounds.
Okay. What else?
That's pretty much it as far as like the description.
Okay.
Of it.
Okay. Charlie, stop. So where was the Mothman? How far does it date back, and where did it first like come on the scene?
The first sighting was in West Virginia. Like West Virginia is like a hot spot for the Mothman. It was in 19...
There's a lot of moonshine in West Virginia, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just maybe not related. Just
like
good.
Small town too.
Okay.
So it was in 1966,
Charlie,
the first
stop.
time that they ever saw it, and it was gravediggers. A group of, I think, 5 gravediggers. And they thought that it was a man with wings, which, why that would happen, I don't know, gliding through the air.
So some grave diggers saw a man flying through the air.
Yes, and then
in West Virginia.
Yes, and then a few days later, there was another couple people that were volunteer firefighters, and they saw it too.
So gravediggers saw it. What year was this?
1966. It was November, I believe, 12th at 1966.
Drugs becoming very popular in that time period as well. The 60s, man.
Touche.
Drugs, moonshine, West Virginia, gravediggers. They see it just randomly. This person fly. So what happened with it? Anything? Anybody die?
Well, that was on the November 12th.
Oh my God. Okay, go ahead.
And then on November 15th, there was 2 couples that were driving through, because it's kind of like a small town and kind of like out there, you know, like there's woods and hills and all this kind of stuff. So they're driving through in an area called the TNT area. Like the people that live there call it the TNT area because it was a munitions factory during World War II. Okay, but it shut down after that and it was just abandoned. So, and then some people said that they think that that's where the Mothman like lives,
the ammunition factory, because
there were these they were like silo kind of things. I forget what they called it, but there was, I think, 4 of them, and it said that there was pigeons in 3 of them, but there wasn't any pigeons in 1 of them. So they think that's where it lived.
Did anybody go check? Did anybody like ring the Mothman silo door and be like, "Ding dong, hello"?
I'd like to talk to you about your car's extended warranty.
I mean, it's always like, where does the rest of the story go?
No, okay. So these people, it was 2 couples. The names were...
Oh, they're dead now?
Roger and Linda Scarberry and Steve and Mary Millette.
Okay, that totally sounds like movie names.
Oh, and I also forgot to mention, after they closed down the factory for like operations, it was turned into a wildlife reserve.
Like way later?
No, I think pretty like soon after.
Okay.
Because I couldn't get a specific date, but it said, you know, after it shut down after World War II.
Okay, so I'm going to interrupt our biography. Remember how I said it's part of a game?
Yeah.
Funny, so the game Fallout 76, which is traditionally it's a game like designed like after like nuclear bomb kind of thing, after the war type thing. Fallout 76 takes place in West Virginia. No,
that's weird.
No shit. Well, no, I mean they do it on purpose, I'm guessing.
Yeah, because they're renowned for
it takes place in West
sightings.
Virginia. And the idea is there's like a nuclear bomb, and so this is like there's like a nuclear explosion. It's kind of like afterwards, a mutation, but in it there's a Mothman that like shows up, and like I don't know if you fight it.
It's cool that they like incorporate that into the story.
Well, they actually incorporate. There's a couple other real quick folklore is what they call it.
Mm-hmm.
They have a couple of like folklore. I think there's like a werewolf thing, and there's also like this weird hairy creature too that I think is part of like
Bigfoot.
No, not Bigfoot, but like some weird. You remember the big hairy guy off of like Looney Tunes?
Oh yeah, he's so cute.
You know the big.
Doesn't he wear like sneakers?
Yeah, what was he? He was like a big weird. He looked like a tooth.
I always thought he was really cute.
He looked like a ginormous tooth with hair on him.
Okay? I'm sure that he has a name.
He has 100% has a name.
I'm gonna Google it.
So, anyways. It looks almost like that, but anyways, the Mothman's in it, so it's just funny because it really sucks. I like Fallout, but I really couldn't get into 76. But it's a shame because they have a lot of this really cool like story. What's his name?
Gossamer.
Really, Gossamer?
Gossamer.
Yeah, he looks like a big tooth, doesn't he?
I love that he wears sneakers.
Yeah, he looks like a big tooth. So, anyways, I just thought it was interesting because you're talking about Mothman, and then that took place in West Virginia.
This thing looks a lot like the pictures of Mothman, honestly, but without wings.
Mothman looks like a big tooth?
Basically,
big hairy tooth.
They say it's hairy, it's tall. You can only see the 2 eyes, and then.
All right, tell me a little more about Mothman, though.
Okay, so these 2 couples were driving through the TNT area, which is where the munitions plant, which is now a wildlife preserve. So their names are Linda Scarberry and Roger Scarberry, and Steve and Mary Millette. Okay.
All right.
So in the middle of the road, they see a man, but this man has wings, and they realize this isn't like an ordinary man, and it opened up its wings, and they freaked. So they start driving away, and it starts chasing them.
Okay.
And they're driving fast, and it's still chasing them. They lose it, and then they find it again, and then they go to the cops.
Okay.
So the cops puts them all in a different room.
Okay.
To say what happened, and they all had like the same story. And one of the ladies, let me find her name, was like very psychologically affected by it and had like nightmares. I think it was Linda. And she said that she wished that she didn't see it. She wished that somebody else had seen it.
What a terrible person. Has Linda never heard of I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy?
Well,
okay. Linda has a near-death experience, witnesses Mothman, and says that, I'm so traumatized, I wish somebody else seen it.
Well, she just means that she wished it never happened to her, because she had, like, nightmares and all
Linda
this kind of stuff.
should have said that.
And also, it was said that
Linda's a witch.
She was visited by the Men in Black. Have you heard about, not the movie?
Here come the Men in Black.
No.
Okay.
Have you not heard about Men in Black?
I have. They
not
are a secret
Will
agency.
Smith and Tommy Lee Jones.
Yes, Mr. K.
No.
And Mr. J. Or
no.
whatever.
No.
No, I've not heard about Men in Black.
So
I have heard about Men in Black. Apparently, I'm not the right one.
I'd like to do a video on them, and it's connected with like UFO sightings.
What do you mean a video?
You know what I mean.
Oh, like it's like we're filming videos now?
An episode on the Men in Black. So they show up after people have seen aliens, and they're men in suits. And
I've seen this.
They look weird, and they tell them to stop talking about it, and like weird stuff happens.
You just said that I did not see that. I literally saw that. And there's an octopus person that has a baby in a car.
Jesus, Mary.
And Will Smith delivers it. Do you remember? And they go to a pawn shop, and the guy has weird eyes. And then there's a little guy living inside of a cat's
that little guy
ear.
Was cute.
And then he dies, and there's the cosmos is inside the necklace of the cat, Orion's belt.
It's always the cat in those movies.
Why would you say that I didn't know it? I literally just described to you the thing.
Well, the Men in Black came to visit her to tell her to stop talking about it.
Okay. What else you got for me? Besides that Linda is a witch.
So a lot of people in the area said that Mothman was chasing cars. Okay. Multiple different accounts of it chasing cars. Nothing for that?
Nope.
And cars would go like 100 miles an hour, and it would still keep up with them like with ease. And they would also say that it didn't need to flap its wings to to go faster, to propel itself.
So, okay. Ugh. So here's my thing. What time period was this happening? The 60s still?
Yes, this was over the course of a year from 1966 to 1967.
So people are saying they've seen like this moth thing chasing. The cars are going 100 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Who's watching this? Who's stopping? Like, who's seeing this?
The people that it's happening to.
Is it happening at night or day?
Night.
And people are like, oh, we got this ginormous moth chasing that car that's going 100 miles an hour.
Well, there's several people that went to the police, and there's newspaper articles, like legit newspaper articles.
Okay, but it's only happened in this one town?
No.
Okay, keep
going. And we'll get there.
Okay, keep going.
So there was a guy drag racing.
In Virginia?
Yes, okay. Down this highway.
Okay.
And it was following him, and he said that he had scratches on the top of his car from it, like, coming down and scratching it, I guess. Uh-huh. And he also went to the police.
Because the only thing that will create scratches would obviously be Mothman.
Honestly, that part freaked me out because it reminded me of Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, man. Jeepers Creepers.
That movie scared the hell out of me.
I'll be honest with you. Jeepers Creepers 1 was actually a pretty good movie.
Scared the poop out of me.
And it had a good ending. I liked the ending of it. But so the guy had scratches. Couldn't have been branches, right? It was definitely Mothman.
Well, I mean, it was a highway.
Uh-huh.
They clear that. Like, they clear the trees off.
It's the 60s. It's the 60s. I'm pretty sure we don't have the same infrastructure in the 60s we have now in terms of, okay, look, I'm not trying to push the skepticism but nothing's persuaded me yet. Keep going.
Well, there was over 100 sightings over the course of that year from 1966, November 12th, 1966 to December 15th, 1967, which is when a bridge collapsed. It's called the Silver Bridge.
Okay.
And it collapsed. It's in West Virginia. 46 people died, and a lot of people saw the Mothman in the days and time leading up to that collapse.
They think Mothman collapsed it?
Well, there's a lot of people that think that the Mothman is like a harbinger of bad things.
Oh,
like something bad is going to happen.
So when you say harbinger, you think like an omen. Like you see him, yes. It usually alludes to there's death. Okay, yeah. Okay. Keep going.
Okay, so they saw it like around or on the bridge. And this was the last time that there was sightings in that area of Point Pleasant.
Okay. Of
and
Mothman.
That was in, yes, so that was in 1967.
Bridge collapse killed how many people?
46 people died.
And then no more Mothman.
No. And I forgot to add before that, they formed a mob. An armed mob.
Okay. Like pitchforks?
To hunt the Mothman down.
I've seen Beauty and the Beast. I know what that's like.
It was like kind of intense. Because this was back in the day, so probably everybody was packing. And it's like a small town, too.
Okay. And nobody killed Mothman, though. He ended up, jokes on them, he killed 46 people in a bridge accident.
Well, it may not have been him. He may have just been trying to tell them it was going to happen.
So maybe Mothman's actually a good thing?
Some say it could be.
Okay, keep going. So, Point Pleasant, no more Mothman. They have been lifted of the Mothman curse.
After the bridge collapse, that was the last sightings they had in West Virginia in that area. Okay, so the next one's in Germany.
Oh, little wings can fly.
And it's called the Freiburg Shrieker. That's what they called it.
The Freebird Shrieker?
Yes, and this is in September.
Not to be confused with the Freebird Streaker,
oh my God, who
usually shows up at the end of concerts when people are screaming, Freebird! Yeah, and it's skivvies. Okay, go ahead. Very
Woodstock. So in 1978 in Freiburg, Germany, and I could be saying that wrong. It could be Freiburg.
You probably are.
Sorry.
I feel like it's probably like Freiburg.
Sorry, Germans.
Freiburg. Yeah, that was a terrible. I have a terrible German accent.
Me too.
God, my German accent is awful.
Okay, so they were at a mine. There was these miners.
Okay.
And they're standing
young people, or do you mean like digging?
Like hi ho, hi ho.
Okay. Oh, that's probably not appropriate to say.
They were
miners.
We can say ho on here, can't we?
I don't know. This is your baby here. We slapping it on PG's label on there now. Now, kids can't even listen to our podcast because
we said ho.
The Freebird Streaker and hoes.
We'll be fine.
All right.
So, they were standing at the entrance to this mine where they worked, and then they see the Mothman like right on the inside. And of course, they freak out, and they said it like shrieked really, really loud, like it
what?
made them so scared, like.
I'm terrified. I know how the Freebird people feel.
So after it shrieked, obviously they all hauled ass.
Okay. Oh, there goes the PG label.
Sorry, Mom.
Jeez, worst.
So 1 hour later, after this happened, after they left, they hear something and see a thing of smoke going in the air, and the mine had collapsed.
Ooh, so like the bridge. Are we sure that he's an omen, or he doesn't just collapse things?
I feel like he's an omen, if anything.
I mean, I feel like he's a collapser.
But like, why does he look so scary if he's trying to help people? Like he could be cuter and people wouldn't. Well, I guess they wouldn't run.
Well,
That's the whole point to get them out of there.
To be a helpful person, you have to be cute.
Well, he has to get him out of there.
He's not a social media influencer. He's literally,
Yeah, if he was cuter, they'd probably want to hang out.
They'd be
with
like,
him.
"Oh my God, look!" And the next you know, mine collapse. He's dead, and then it's all on his, blood's on his wings.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so mine collapse. Nobody dies.
It didn't say that anybody died.
I'm trying to simulate like death.
Didn't say anything about people being like inside.
Okay.
I assume if somebody died, it would be like
last sighting at Freiburg, Germany.
Freiburg, whatever.
Okay, so I just want to point out, Pleasantville, 60s, a lot of weed, moonshine, West Virginia. Germany.
Mama.
Germany has, Oktoberfest, working hard in the mine, lots of drinking. So I just feel like
1978, that was like the disco era.
I mean, yeah, so you're boogie down in Germany, Hasselhoff, the Hoff, and you're drinking alcohol. I see Mothman too. I'm just trying to give like some like possibilities.
Yeah, they were discoing down.
All right, go ahead.
So the next time that one is seen is Chernobyl. Chernobyl.
Okay.
Yes.
So I recently just watched that. HBO did a show on Chernobyl, kind of like a thing. No Mothman in it. They went through the whole countdown of how it worked and where the meltdown happened and how it happened, and nobody was like,
maybe they were too scared to talk about it.
Huh?
Maybe they were too scared to talk about it. Like it scarred them so bad.
But Chernobyl, there was collapse.
Well,
so the collapser's back.
That said that they saw the Mothman flying around before Chernobyl.
Mm-hmm.
And then also that they received harassing phone calls.
For the Mothman?
And terrifying nightmares leading up to that incident at Chernobyl.
Okay. So,
and then there was a few people that said that they saw it flying around after the explosion.
So the Mothman's making prank calls, though?
Could be the Mothman, could be the Men in Black.
Which one are we doing? Men in Black or are we doing Mothman?
Well, Men in Black is part of the story.
Okay. So Chernobyl,
so
Mothman,
they called this the Blackbird of Chernobyl.
The Blackbird of Chernobyl. He's got a lot of cool names. Freebird, Blackbird of Chernobyl, Mothman of Pleasantville.
Yeah.
Okay. Next sighting?
So the next sighting is going to be...
So right now, a lot of sightings. Way more than the Fresno Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the next one is going to be the 9/11 attacks.
9/11?
On the World Trade Center, yes.
Okay. I have seen a lot of 9/11 footage, and I've never heard anybody say anything about Mothman. So please indulge me on this one.
Supposedly, people saw Mothman flying with the plane into the second tower.
So that happened in 2001. A lot of video footage. None of the footage I've ever seen of the planes.
Maybe it was a weird angle that you couldn't or wouldn't see it.
I mean, or maybe the more probable thing is that those few people saw shadows.
No.
Okay. What? Whoa. There is literally so much footage of the planes crashing into the buildings of 9/11. Okay.
Yeah.
Where none of I've ever seen the Mothman. You're telling me.
But have you looked for the Mothman?
I'm pretty sure it'd be more like, what the fuck? Is that a moth? I'm pretty sure I don't have to look for it. Like, wouldn't it be like glaringly jump out of my face? Like,
what if it was shrouded in smoke?
Then how do they see it?
Because they were there.
They were shrouded in smoke. The first, okay. This was
after the first one got hit.
Yes, this is where I need you to separate what you want to happen versus like common sense. Because the reason why I say that is, sure, people may have said they saw that, but there is so much video out there that is more plausible that they saw a shadow than that we all missed the Mothman and shrouded in a fog. You're laughing because you know it's true. It's so silly to think that.
It could be.
Okay. Keep going.
Okay, so the next one was another bridge collapse.
Okay, but I do want to point something out. 9/11, building collapse.
Yep. Collapses.
Okay, so very strange, the theme about collapses. Go with the bridge.
I wonder what kind of correlation it could be. Like,
there's got to be something there.
Like,
why has every story been about something that collapses? Okay.
It could be like an animal that's been stirred up and, before this happens, which some people say that it's a sandhill crane or an owl.
They're so nice.
Some people say it could be like a mutated sandhill crane, which wouldn't make sense for all the other places. It would for like Chernobyl and
Sarasota
and the one in West Virginia. But all the other ones don't really make sense. So,
did you see that sandhill crane in the 9/11 documentary I just watched? It's flying. It was crazy. It was a big. I didn't know they flew that high.
Well, this one happened in 2007.
Okay.
And people saw it, and there was a lady that called into Coast to Coast Radio.
Oh God, that batshit show.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Okay, can I tell you something? Do you know that who's the guy on there? Roger or something or?
Art Bell.
Art Bell. Did you know that I don't know what part of my life this was in? Early 20s, okay? I don't know what I was doing. I may have been when I was working overnight or when I got off. I used to listen to Coast every night.
People love some Coast to Coast with Art Bell.
Yeah, the lizard people, and they're from Art Bell. He just talks about stuff. I'm pretty sure Art Bell just makes it up as he goes.
No, because he was like informed a lot.
I'm pretty sure Art Bell just literally just goes with the flow.
He doesn't go with anything anymore.
Yeah, the Mothman.
He's dead now.
He shot lasers right out of his asshole. It was crazy. Yeah. Oh yeah, his asshole. But also spewed chocolate milk. That's gross. But I listen to Coast to Coast. It's weird.
It's kind of surprising.
Yeah, it is surprising because it was another show that I listened to either before that or after that. I don't know what was going on, but I'm talking for like a couple of years. I did. It was another show, and I actually enjoyed the other show more. And I think Coast to Coast came on like afterwards. But you know why I liked it? You know why I liked it? Kind of like my favorite genre of movie is scary movies.
Mm.
So, like listening to that, I always looked at it as a fiction. I never thought like, my God. There are lizard people in the world, in the crust. But, like, I think I liked it because I liked scary movies. So, like, it rolled in that genre.
It's kind of like watching a scary movie.
Yeah. So, all right, 2007.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, that was it. The I-35W bridge collapse.
What? Somebody saw the Mothman?
They saw it beforehand, and then the lady called in to Coast.
Okay.
To report it.
What else you got for me? So those are the sightings we have on Mothman, right?
So far, yeah.
Okay.
So Fukushima is the next sighting.
Oh, you have more sightings?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The earthquake that caused the tsunami and the nuclear disaster, that was in 2011.
Okay.
And there was an American man that was there before all this happened, and he saw it with his friend, and then there was another couple that were walking down like a little trail by the plant, and they saw it too.
Before collapse, after collapse?
This is before it collapsed, and they said, it circled a few times. Yeah, they said it circled
or the meltdown
a few times, and they got a sense of dread, and they got a sense like they shouldn't be there.
Okay.
And then the guy came back home, and then subsequently saw on the news what had happened.
Okay. Next sighting.
There's
a lot of sightings.
Yeah. The last one is just in Chicago, and it was a lot of them. It was from April to July of 2017, and one in 2018 when a bartender saw one flying along with a plane.
Okay, say that again.
A bartender in Chicago saw one flying along with a plane.
Okay.
And that was 2017.
So real quick. What kind of plane are we talking about? Big plane?
It didn't say.
Okay. We thinking small plane? Big plane? What are we thinking? We thinking commercial liner? 10,000 feet in the air.
If it's Chicago, I want to say that it's going to be a bigger plane.
Okay. 10,000 feet in the air.
Probably more than that.
Yeah, okay. So whatever airplanes fly above 10,000, right?
It's usually like 30,000 or something.
Yeah, is that what it is? Bartender guy goes, what is that up there? Is that a moth? Is that a Mothman? Do you know what I see when I look at an airplane in the sky that far up? I see like a speck. And then I see like a trail coming out the back.
Sometimes I'll wave just in case they can see me.
How in the hell is this person seeing a Mothman up there?
I don't know, but he said he did.
Well, he's a liar.
And then there was other
Chicago guy's a liar.
sightings in Chicago.
Yeah, that guy though's a liar. Unless he worked as a bartender at the airport and the airplanes are taking off. How is he seeing the Mothman and then the sky that high? Everything you described, 10 foot tall Mothman.
That would debunk the idea of it being like an animal or a bird.
No, debunk the bartender. That story, literally throw it out. I believe more the hillbilly miners than I do that. That guy does not see something 10 foot tall, 10 foot wingspan from the ground, commercial jetliner. You know?
Unless you don't know that.
Yeah, I do. Go outside and look at the next airplane that goes by. It's a commercial jet that's up in the sky that high. Unless this guy, it's like a landing.
I was about to say it could have been going in for a landing.
Yeah, but I'm saying you got to throw his testimony out. You need more facts.
I don't have to throw his testimony out.
Throw it out.
It's valid.
It's garbage. No, it's not. On what basis? It's too general.
To you.
I saw a circle in the sky. It has to be a UFO.
I mean, it is a UFO because it's an unidentified flying object if you don't know what it is.
No, because it was not necessarily flying. Who said I said it was flying? See my point?
If you said it was in the sky.
The lamppost is in the sky, but it's attached to something. It ain't flying. Listen, context.
The lamppost is not in the sky. A lamppost is elevated.
Whoa.
Elevated.
An airplane is elevated. What determination does it get? Is it actually in the sky? There are classifications
like,
to
in the sky, like an airplane.
If you're a little person, my sky is a lot closer than a tall person's sky.
Not relatively speaking, like
I'm saying, what is
I'm sorry, generally speaking.
What is the cutoff point when the sky starts?
I would say like 1,000 feet.
1,000 feet?
Yeah.
Do the airplanes above our house to 5,000 feet? Those small ones?
I don't know.
I believe them damn things are like 150 feet above ground.
Yeah, they are close.
Yeah, they're very close. Listen, for everybody listening to Imaginary Podcast, wait for the day you hear about an airplane that's crashing in our neighborhood because they literally fly so low, and I hear the engines off sometimes. And I'm like, yo, don't be trying to do some like weird gliding thing above the houses, okay? Do that in a field.
I think they're all like Amazon planes too.
Oh no, those are the commercial planes. Yeah, those are the ones from there. I'm talking about the little ones that come off Plant City Airport.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, those guys are like doing little loops around the house.
It's probably David's boss.
Oh, it's so dumb. All right, go ahead. What you got?
So, like the Bigfoot and the town that it came from, it was very popular. In Point Pleasant, it became like a thing. You know, like it became a big deal. What they were known for. Brought in a lot of tourism. I read that the population of the town doubled in tourism alone. Like,
my goodness.
There was double the amount of people altogether, like with the tourists.
Well, our third Talking Cryptids episode, and there's a common theme. Commercialism.
So yeah, they put a Mothman statue up on Main Street in there.
In Point Pleasant?
Yeah.
Doesn't Point Pleasant sound like a great place to live though?
Honestly, like look up the statue real quick.
The Mothman statue?
Yes.
Okay. Hang on one second. I'm gonna look up Mothman statue.
Because I was like pretty impressed with the statue because it was like pretty awesome. I was like, wow, that probably cost a lot of money.
Statue. Point Pleasant?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it right here. All right, so I'm pulling this up.
See, there it is right there.
Oh, this is fancy.
Right?
All right, let me pull this up on our fancy resource thing. Boom. Oh God. Look at this thing here.
It kind of reminds me of the thing on Stranger Things.
Okay.
What's that thing called?
I can't think of it. Vecna?
Like, yeah.
Okay.
That's what it looks
Demogorgon.
like.
Demogorgon.
Demogorgon.
Okay,
yeah.
so
it's giving Demogorgon.
Okay, so when I think of Point Pleasant, right? We're looking at a photo right now of the Mothman statue in Point Pleasant. when I think of Point Pleasant, aren't you thinking of like little red brick buildings downtown, like this right here? Yeah.
Yes.
And then like small houses with porches.
Yes, and that's exactly what it seems to be like.
Okay. Then you have this weird ass Dungeons and Dragon looking statue. Like, who decided on this?
It's so well done.
Look at his butt. Holy crap.
That's not real.
That's literally the Mothman statue.
Is that his butt cheeks?
Look at his butt cheeks.
No.
Why does his ass crack go up to his spine like that? Oh my God. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Why his booty look like
the back of the Mothman.
They couldn't have put like little undies.
Look how stupid it looks, though.
I thought it looked pretty cool.
You would. You think this stuff is cool. This looks ridiculous. It looks like it came out of a what is that like weird Lego set that everybody was like Ninjago. Look like a Ninjago Lego or something like that. In their nice little town, they've ruined it. This is literally the stupidest thing ever. Okay.
Yeah, but it brings in that.
Tourism. Well, there you go. The big motivating factor behind what seems to be all these cryptids.
So they have a museum.
Okay.
Of Mothman.
In Pleasantville?
Yes, in Point Pleasant.
Okay.
And then also they have a Mothman festival, which I'm not sure how that goes down, but they do it every year. Kind of like how we have a strawberry festival, they have a Mothman festival.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the folklore of the killer strawberry to arise in Plant City.
Like the killer tomatoes.
By the way, check this out. Remember the game I was saying about Fallout 76? Apparently, they also have a statue in the game.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so, by the way.
Look at its feet. They're like.
Look at the two photos. Which one looks stupider?
It looks like Big Bird's feet.
One is a video game and one's real life. That's the sad part.
They honestly captured it pretty well.
Yeah.
I wonder if the one on Fallout has butt cheeks.
I mean, I'll have to load up the game and check it out. I'll be able to load it up and look. Because now I'm intrigued by Mothman's butt. So, oh, look at this. They got the guy dressed up like Fallout.
Oh, the Fallout guy?
Yeah, that's kind of cool. So
if you look at those pictures, like the first one that you pulled up, and you said it looked like what you think it would look like small town.
Yeah.
Like that's their downtown area. Kind of reminded me a little bit of Plant City.
Yeah, okay.
Like really quaint, small town vibe, and a lot of people say that it's mass hysteria because it's such a small town. Everybody was talking about it. Like somebody talked to somebody, we talked to somebody, and that's how like the word got around or whatever.
But see, I think that's easy to happen in a small town.
In a small town, yeah.
You know?
For sure.
Oh my God, did you see what Shirley saw? What did Shirley see? She saw this guy, he had an ass crack all the way up to his neck, okay? And a wingspan. This wingspan was huge, okay? What was it? I don't know. It's one of them damn sandhill cranes. You know what I'm saying? Like next thing you know, Sherry or Charlene tells Deborah, who tells Bobby, who told John, who's talking to Mark.
Story said next week's episode is the killer strawberry.
Oh, God.
So yeah, they said it could be like just mass hysteria, one person passing it to another, and people.
Yeah, seems very probable.
Thinking that they saw it or whatever.
All right, what else you got on the Mothman?
So a lot of people are like affected psychologically afterwards, after they have their experience. Like they have nightmares, they have PTSD.
I mean, I can understand that. People have nightmares and PTSD over like anything, and something that causes fear to them.
So my cousin says she saw something like that one time.
Which cousin?
You know which cousin.
Murray?
Yeah. Listen.
Just threw that credibility out the window.
I might think that
Sorry,
too,
Murray.
but she literally started crying when she was telling about it, and she's not a crier.
You and Ava literally cry because of like emotional stuff.
Well, she's not a crier, and
I'm like, what is wrong with you?
And she doesn't even like to talk about it.
Yeah, well, but you cannot. I'm sorry, you can't equate crying because emotions run raw. Okay,
something weird definitely happened.
What else you got for me on Mothman?
So that's pretty much it.
Okay, so I want to talk about Mothman, like my thoughts.
Okay.
It's gonna be a little interesting. Like I think you might be taken back a little bit about my opinion or thought. I do not think Mothman is real. Okay. I find it more of a in the Bigfoot category, more likely to be something that. Okay, I think Bigfoot could be possibly this unidentified animal that's out there that we haven't seen, or there's not as many left, or whatever. With Mothman, I think what's interesting is the connection with. I would love to know the connection with all these like collapses, these tragedies, because you're not like almost every single thing you talked about. You had 2 instances where there was nuclear meltdown, and then the rest of them were all like collapses.
Yes.
So it's interesting that it's like the same type of tragedy, but real quick, I think it's also easy for people to link it to a tragedy that want to make it and go, oh yeah, I saw it at the collapse of such and such too, because the original story had a collapse, right? So it's one of those things like, oh yeah, I started having the sniffles. My eyes started itching, and now I'm allergic to this.
There's a phrase for that, and I forget what it's called.
It's like where something leads into something else, kind of influences it.
Yeah.
Like I say, oh my god, my eye itches right here, and I have like, no, I have
confirmation bias, because you're kind of looking for it or whatever.
Yes, and so like, and then you go, oh, my eye itches now. Oh, I must have the allergy, even though you never got like tested or whatever.
Right.
So I feel like that is kind of part of the explanation. I feel like some of the stories and the seeing of the Mothman just don't fit. 9/11 thing 100% does not fit. There's way too much video footage surrounding that. For me, it's way easier to believe that somebody thought they saw something in a traumatic time period to whatever.
Well, that's the thing that sucks too about the whole Mothman thing, is like there's no actual like
footage,
hard proof. There's newspaper articles, stuff like that, but there's no like pictures, videos, anything like that.
So here's the thing that
sucks.
Here's the thing that I said that you might think weird. I mean, I think it's kind of weird. You know my feeling on religion. I'm not.
You may have the same guess to what it is as I do.
Well, what's yours?
That it could be like an angel or a demon.
Yeah. So I'm not big on religion. And I don't really know. We'll get into, I guess, some episodes eventually. I feel like when we talk about like angels and demons and like ghosts, I feel like those episodes will be like a lot longer. Whereas like our Talking Cryptids have been like stuck with like one specific thing.
Yeah.
I feel like those other ones will be kind of like probably lots of points revolving around those multiple episodes.
Yeah.
But remember I told you how I feel like religion a lot of times is a coping mechanism for people. They see things, traumatic events, they relate to it. They believe the near-death experiences and all this kind of stuff. I also do love the idea that there is this angel of death, or there is this whatever, and that people do see it, that maybe sometimes it shows itself in those moments,
Or like a guardian angel, because if you look at
terrible guardian, he literally let people die.
Have you ever read descriptions of angels in the Bible?
No.
It's like terrifying. People have drawn pictures of what the description is.
Yeah.
And they're honestly kind of look like that statue. And it's like really creepy looking. So it could be an angel like warning them to get out of there or whatever.
Yeah. So like for me, like I like, and this one's going to sit kind of weird with me, at the end of the episode, because I don't per se believe in angels or demons or death or whatever, but there's a lot of unexplained that I don't understand.
You don't believe in death?
No, I believe in death. But the idea of like
life
death,
after death?
I don't. Yeah,
like
no.
Afterlife? Yeah,
I don't believe in that, and I definitely don't believe in like there's this death who's whatever. And I think that really depends. But I as much as I don't believe in a lot of things, I also know there's a lot that I can't explain or I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it I choose to not really care too much about.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, I don't know it, so I can't explain it, but I don't really care about it too much. Whereas other people like hyperfixate, they care about that. That's important to them.
Right.
But like for this, I would love to think of like the Mothman as some kind of like angel of death, or like you said, guardian angel that has shown itself. and maybe there are more accounts of it. While it has a lot of accounts, again, I still feel like it's a really low amount. You know, when we talk about these, I feel like it's just way too easy to put this in the same spot as the Fresno Nightcrawler and the same spot as Bigfoot. While there are these super imaginative things or descriptions or close encounters, it's just not enough.
Yeah, there,
you know, in this world of billions of people, Mothman has showed himself to. Maybe you got people out there like me that didn't recognize him or didn't notice it. You know, thought it was a smudge in the sky or whatever. Or maybe my eyesight just doesn't see the commercial jets.
Or maybe it doesn't let everybody see it. Maybe it only appears to certain people.
But so remember how we talked about the Fresno Nightcrawler? What events happened around that time period?
Yeah.
So what about this? So if we say we have the idea, right? What if the idea of the people that seen it, let's go with the thought process that, it only showed itself to certain people. Man, wouldn't it be interesting to see who are the people and what happened in their lives?
Yeah.
Were they important?
Yeah.
Did they ripple into something bigger in the future? What would they become of? Now, if it's all like, they all own t-shirt shops that sell I survived the Mothman, you know? That'd be like, okay, mother trucker. So, Woolby's in the chat says, could people not be admitting to see in fear of ridicule?
Yes.
So I would say Woolby's 1960, yes. 1970, yes.
For sure.
1980s, yes. But now, no way, right? Like
paranormal is a lot less stigmatized now.
Way less stigmatized. So
I think mental health too.
So yes, do I think that people would still be in fear? Yes, but not nearly as many. Not like it would have been back in the day. It just goes back to, all right, so we got a cryptid. Joe, do you think it's real or not? No, I don't. I cannot sit back and go, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. I do think the Mothman idea is kind of cool. I love the idea of the angel of death, and I think it's interesting, unless it's confirmation bias, like you said, with the collapses.
Yeah.
Mothman, to me, is just a stupid statue in Pleasantville, Ohio, or wherever this is.
I mean, honestly, it's a pretty kick-ass statue.
I think it's a stupid statue. I cannot believe you like the statue.
I wonder how much that cost.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. It was funded by Mothman.com.
Tourism dollars.
Yeah, it was funded by MothmanPleasantville.com. So, and you got to think it brings in people.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, do they go out there and put they put Christmas lights on it during Christmas?
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Dress it up.
Yeah.
You know? Is the Mothman wearing a belt and pants here? Okay. I'm going to pull up the Mothman photo real quick.
Is he, though?
I'm going to pull the Mothman photo real quick here. Pull up our resource thing here. It looks like he has, is that his abs? Like the lower part? Because it looks like a belt buckle, and this looks like a pair of pants. There's literally a line here.
Like a Superman situation going on.
You know,
he definitely skipped leg day.
Well, if we're being honest, doesn't it look like somebody that draws superheroes made him?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. So okay. This is important to me. You've done the research. You looked into it. What are your thoughts on the Mothman? What do you think it is? What do you truly feel about it after researching it? Do you believe it or not? And what do you think, if so?
If I were to believe, I would believe that it's like an angel or a demon coming before something terrible happens. If it's an angel to warn people and save them, if it's a demon coming to collect or feed off all the bad energy coming from these things that have happened. Wolby says, I'm a non-believer of all you've talked about so far, but love these podcasts. Thank you. As I go away after and look more into them, interesting topics. And that's exactly what I do. If I read something and that's why I know so much about all the paranormal stuff, is because I go and I'll hear about something and then I'll go look it up and read about it. And it's fun and interesting and you learn a lot of stuff.
I think we'll be like, you literally hit probably the thing that we want most out of it, right? Like, Summer and I don't sit back and go, I know it sounds a lot of me saying, I'm right, you're wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. But it's more like we just kind of talk, and then we both walk away with still our opinions, our thoughts on it. But then I like take in what she says. Like, I'm gonna walk away with this Mothman thing, and it makes me want to go play Fallout 76. But it also makes me want to like kind of look up, is there a correlation with collapses and Mothman? You know?
Yeah.
It makes me want to, walk away and go like, and this is not even like researching, go like, okay, so what are my feelings on Angel of Death? You know, what are my feelings of potential guardian angel? You don't believe in
angels. Get on tangents.
Yeah, it's those things. That's what we want to encourage with the podcast. We want you to think just kind of differently about the topic, and the topic could be as most absurd thing as ever, and it's not me or someone are not trying to change people's minds as to what to believe in or what to think. We're just trying to just
lay it all out there
crap.
and have some healthy discussion about it. And then, never know, somebody could bring something to the table that we didn't know about.
Yeah. Like the truth is that nobody in this world knows everything, has vast knowledge of every single thing on this planet or what this is. I can't even.
Some people think they do.
Yes, they eat at Chick-fil-A often. I'm not even gonna pretend to act like like that exists. And for me, sometimes it's fun to just sit back and talk about the most craziest stuff. Could you imagine if we did this like with marijuana? Probably be a lot slower.
Like talked about
podcast.
Marijuana, or we're on marijuana?
No, we're on marijuana. It was like, oh my God, dude. So it collapsed. You know what I mean? Like,
they all died, man.
Oh my God.
They're dead.
I'm gonna have to watch that 9/11 again.
And then they built a chrome statue in the middle of Main Street.
This shit's got red eyes.
They got Mothman cookies.
Oh God, dude. Cookies?
Cookies, man.
Are they little white coconut balls? I do got a funny joke though. Have you ever seen
Have you ever seen the Mothman?
No.
Have you ever seen the Mothman on weed?
Oh God. What about you ever smelled mothballs before?
Oh, unfortunately, yes.
How'd you get spread their little legs?
Oh,
I got 'em!
I hate you. Like this.
How'd you spread their little legs?
You're so
okay.
Stupid.
Oh, I literally already did that to you. How did you fall for it again?
You're the dumbest person I know.
Oh, interesting. You asked me about the Mothman prophecies. You know what's funny? I love scary movies. I don't know if I've ever
seen that.
I think I've seen it, but I don't know if I've finished it.
I haven't seen it.
I feel like that's more like a thriller type genre, not so much. I need to look it up. But that's about Mothman, right?
That's from what I read, yeah.
Okay, I need to look it up. So do you have anything else?
Not that I can think of. I think I surprised you by not going all in and believing everything.
You do. You do because like, you so I think I'm learning something with this podcast with you. You don't believe everything.
Look at everything. I'll try to look at everything objectively.
Okay, so there's no way you look at the Fresno Nightcrawler objectively.
Yeah.
Like moment I saw that, I was like, oh, that's fake. That's literally fake. It's literally a fake thing. There's no.
But you could be wrong.
No, I'm not wrong. I am not. Listen. I stand by the Fresno Nightcrawler was a hoax, a stupid thing. I really do.
Prove it.
I don't have to. No one's ever seen him since.
You can't prove that it's not real.
I can't. I can literally just not believe it. And then it's gone. It's out of my mind.
Once we get to aliens, though, I'm going all in. I'm going full.
Well, hold on. Let me finish my thought. So with you, I think what I've learned is that, you don't necessarily believe it. I think you would like to believe it. I think you have a romantic part of you. You romanticize that. Wow, this would be cool. Like I said with the Mothman. Oh, it'd be really interesting that like there was this Angel of Death theme and people saw it. Like for me, from a story standpoint, that would be really kind of crazy, cool, neat.
Yeah.
Also, though, more from like a fictional, movie or book being written. So I've learned that it's not that you you believe in the Fresno Nightcrawler, but you read about it, thought it was interesting, and kind of like, indulged it to see what it was.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of it's that. But when we get to aliens and ghosts, though, you definitely believe.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, there's definitely some believing.
Aliens,
I'm with you. Ghosts, I'm not.
Ghost, yeah.
Totally. Ghost, I am definitely not.
I've known way too many people that have had like ghost experiences and have had some kind of mom ghost.
To not dip too far into that, to not stray from this episode, but like, do you believe like ghosts are around all the time?
Maybe not around per se, but like right here, just in a different dimension.
Can they see us?
Probably. They watch us when we poop.
What about when we do it?
Yeah, then too. They're probably like, woohoo!
Is that like a weird kink? Is that like a weird OnlyFans thing we could start?
Ghosts.
Ghost, like, you know, ghost trio or something like that. Ghost cuckold.
Menage a trois.
Menage a ghost. We got to come up with something. We can do something with that.
With the ghost of George Washington.
So, anyways, that is going to wrap up episode 5. Talking Cryptids this week. We did the Mothman. We appreciate everybody hanging out and watching that and listening, stuff like that. This stuff will go up on YouTube later this week. It'll also go up on the podcast. We're going to end this the way we always end this. Guys, it is super important. If you want to help us out, if you've been enjoying it, please spread the word. If you watch it on YouTube, give us a like. Make sure you subscribe.
Share it with your friends.
I noticed that half of the people that have been watching our YouTubes do not follow. They're not subscribed to our YouTube. So hit that subscribe button. Let us know. That way you know when the notification we go live. All that stuff has to add up to help us out eventually to continue to grow this.
It's free to subscribe.
Yeah. I mean, well, all of our stuff's free. So the idea is that this entire thing is free. You watch it on here. You can watch it on YouTube. You're able to listen to the podcast, take it to work with you. It could be on Apple, it could be on Spotify, it could be on Buzzsprout. So we want to make this as convenient as possible for everybody else. Make sure to share it up if you're enjoying it. Tell somebody, tell a coworker, let them know, share it, like it. For YouTube videos, you got to watch them all the way through. Listen to it, put it on, listen to it.
And it means a lot for the people that have done that. I've had a couple people reach out and say they watched it. And to me, I was like, really? That's cool.
We had somebody asking about the back scratchers on YouTube, and like somebody watched the video to that point, you know, and starting out doing this, oh my God, you know, 3-5 people watching it means the world.
We appreciate
it. Really does.
Every single one of you.
But we want the feedback as well. Mention it in the comments, you know. Hit us up on Twitter. Make sure you're following all of our stuff. Our socials are right here posted into the chat. And again, we got more stuff coming. The idea is to continue to develop, hone this thing, and get it somewhere where people just like can't wait. They want to come and listen to it. It's our passion project. We want it to be a passion for you too. You guys can come and listen to it. And we want to make it to where, like, you know, hey, you missed a podcast on Thursday? No big deal, because you can watch it on YouTube. Or you can listen to it on Monday, you know, kind of thing while you're at work. So we really want to kind of get that going. And again, we're excited about the future. We've really been enjoying this. I'll tell you, Summer, you know, came 18 months ago about doing this. I was like, yeah, it sounds like a great idea. And then 18 months passed by, and then we started it, and I thought, you know, the trick is, do we get her into it? Will she like it? I'm going to be honest with you.
I enjoy it.
She did her hair and her makeup before, so that, you know, like, I feel like I have to take her out now whenever she does that.
And what's the first thing I do when we're done?
Oh, take it off, because I needed to get a thumbnail for the YouTube video, and she was like, I already took all the stuff off. I was like, oh, well, that's okay.
Hi, Incredible 9.
So, but again, I appreciate everybody being here, and thank you so much for supporting the Imaginary Podcast.
Yeah, that does mean a lot to us.
You got anything else?
Not that I can think of.
All right. Until next time, guys, we'll see you on the other side.
Thank you so much.